Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to link an Access database. In this case I'm using 2010 to our SQL database. In this case I'm using version 2012. Now first of all you need to have the SQL Server installed. As I mentioned, I'm using 2012, so I'm going to show you how you can get the 2012 version online. So you open up a browser, you type in SQL Server 2012 and you select the Express and you select download, the first option here. And the process is simply easy if you are accustomed downloading stuff from the net. So what you want to do is you can read the details to get more information on the server. So you can see the version and so forth, and system requirements, which is important. You have the 32-bit systems and the 64-bit systems and the requirements, and you can also read the install instructions. Now if you have Windows 7 or Windows 8 operating system, the Microsoft .NET Framework 3.5 SP1 will come pre-installed, also the Microsoft .NET Framework 4.0. So there's no need to worry about that. But if you're using a lower version, then you just need to download those requirements. You click on the download, and when you reach to this page, you will see the different for the different systems. You have a 32-bit and 64-bit systems. We scroll along here, you can see the rest. What we're going to do is download this one here, SQL EXPRWT64. Now this one comes with the WT means with tools, so it will comes with the studio management tools. So we select that one and click next, and the download will start here. Now I will cancel this download because I already have this installed. Now once you have downloaded the document, all you need to do is right click wherever you have saved it. Most of the time it's be in the downloaded folder, and click run as administrator. So to get on with this video, I'm going to open up SQL Server. By doing so, we click on start, all programs, and I'm going to select SQL Server 2012 and run SQL Server Management Studio. Now once this has opened up, on the home page here, you can just connect. Now you must ensure that you select the correct server name. Now if the correct server name was not here, let's say for example there was a blank space for server name, what we want to do is click on the drop down arrow, browse for more, select database engine, and you will see all your server name here, your servers. So I will select my server and click OK and click connect. As you can see on the left side here, we have these options. Now what we're going to do is create a database and tables. So you want to select database, right click and select new database. Now the database we are going to create is a database called bank. So you type the name of the database and click OK. Now obviously in every database there are tables. Now if we expand databases, we should see the database that we have just created. Here it is, bank, and we expand our database bank. Here we can create a table for our database. So we want to select tables, right click, new table, and here we are going to add the fields in our table. So the first field we are going to call it branch ID. With a data type of varchar. and we will also have a contact number, also a voucher, and we have a fax number, also a voucher. So what we want to do is save, and we'll name this table branch. Click OK, and we can close off here now. Now we are going to open up Access. In this case, as I told you, I'm using 2010 Microsoft Office. Hold long the Shift key, right click, and run as administrator. When you run as administrator, you have access to all the property settings that is required. So you click on yes, and you select blank database and create. Now we go to external data at the on the top menu bar here, external data, and select ODBC database. And what we want to do is select the second option, link to the data source by creating a link table. Click on OK. Machine data source, and what we want to do is create a new data source. Leave the default as user data source. Next, we will select the server here, SQL Server. Next, and finish. Now we can name here, we can name the data source. I will name it SQL Bank Info. Description, get a description, bank information, and now here we must type in the correct name of the server. If we don't, the reason why I've copied the name previously at the beginning is that we can paste it in so that we will not make no mistake in the name. Now if you can't remember, you just type in the name here and we click next. Leave the default as with Windows NT authentication using network login ID. Next. And what we want to do is change the default database, because automatically it will select the default database. Now we want to link to our database that we have created, which is bank. So we click on the drop down and we select bank and click on next and finish. Now once we have done everything right, we should be able to have a successful completion. So by knowing that, we click on test data source and it should tell us successfully created. Yes, test completed successfully, and click on OK. OK, and here we select SQL Bank Info, click OK, and select branch. OK, and what we want to do here is select all three fields by hold long the Shift key and select all three fields in order to populate these fields. So click on OK, and at the left here you can see it, the name of the table, branch, and you can double click on it and see all the fields that we have named. So we will give the branch, you will just fill in the fields with data. and you do the same thing for all the fields. And we save this. Control S. And what should happen is that if we log on back to our SQL database, we should see this data into it. So we're going to do that. Let's close off this here, and we're going to reopen our SQL Server, and we're going to reconnect once again. Expand databases, expand our database bank. We're going to expand tables. What we're going to do is locate our table name, which is branch, and we're going to right click and edit top 200 rows. And there we go. The data that we have entered, it's up and show it in our database here. So that's it for linking Access 2010 to our SQL Server 2012 database. Thanks again for watching.